Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. Let's talk about the second art book of the brothers Hildebrandt that I want to show you. Greg and Tim Hildebrandt, The Tolkien Years, also known as The Tolkien Years of the Brothers Hildebrandt. Now, these are the same book, even though they have different titles. Page for page, they are the same, though the layout of illustrations and text on each between the copies will be slightly different. They just kind of rearrange things, change the colors a little bit. And the original one from 2001 has this pull-out poster in the back. The reprint here from 2012 does not have the pull-out poster. And sadly, the 2012 reprint came after Tim died, but it assures us that they did not whip out the Ouija board and contact him beyond the grave to get quotes after he died. So it's good to know. This book is mostly centered on the 1976, 77, 78 time frame when the brothers Hildebrandt were making the yearly Lord of the Ring calendars. And so it's really interesting because it's just full of these great examples. And I marked this one. Things like this where they show you the original photos that they took of each other in costume, and then the sketch that they made of the composition from the photos, and then the final work from it. And it's just page after page after page of that. And it's really cool to see that kind of, not only the process that an artist goes through in making things like this, but the fact that so many of these have preserved sketches to go along with the final products. And so, all of this is really neat. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm a big fan of the brothers Hildebrandt and their artwork, and seeing this kind of creative process almost before your eyes here to see how these come together is just amazing to me. And so this book was written by Greg Hildebrandt Jr., so the son of Greg Hildebrandt, obviously, and it tells the story throughout the book of this surreal childhood he had where his father and uncle were always out in the studio in the backyard making artwork and traveling around and having friends over and partying and dressing up in costumes to take the photos to use for sketches for these works, things like that. So it's really interesting because it features a lot more of those pictures from the 3 years of the Lord of the Rings calendar that the brothers Hildebrandt did. And then it has this cool section in the back of commissioned artwork because from time to time, other publishers or sometimes just private individuals who were Tolkien enthusiasts would come to the brothers Hildebrandt and say, "Hey, can you make me a picture with me in it in the Lord of the Rings universe?" And so they would. So it's very interesting to see some of those that have not been featured in other places before. And of course, after these 3 years, the brothers Hildebrandt would go on to do much more artwork, and they would eventually start working for Marvel, doing superhero cards, doing comic books, things like that throughout the 90s. And in the early 2000s, they hooked up with WotC and started doing magic cards. So I will make some additional videos featuring those parts of their career. But one last thing is the original version of this book, the 2001 version, it has this pull-out poster in the back. It's nice that this used copy I bought still has the poster intact. But the reprint in 2012 did not offer the poster. So keep that in mind if you're out there looking for a copy of this for yourself and you want the poster, or you at least want a copy of the book that has the poster in it. So let me know what you think. If you enjoy these kind of videos, kind of off topic for what the normal channel content is, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot, everyone.